my fellow stars, it's Ventrix here with another Minecraft video, and today we're here joined by Raven, and as you guys can see, we're in a place where we haven't been in quite a long time. Raven has called me here today, apparently, because she found something interesting that she wants me to look over. Considering there has been no requests, she decided to take up on her own to find a mod for us to do. So, Raven, what is going on? Hello, it's Ventrix. It's been a while since you were at the lab, so I called you over today because I found a mod that was just added to the mods list that looked interesting. What mod is it? Today I found a mod called the 8 Fabled Blades mod. It's a mod that does as it says in the title. 8 new awesome swords will be added to the Minecraft world. Oh, that sounds pretty cool. What's the description of this mod? The 8 Fabled Blades mod 1.12.2 adds in 8 swords that each have different damage, durability, and enchantability, and use these Fabled Blades will never be craftable and repairable. Wow. In order to obtain them instead of traditional crafting, you have to search for them. You have to search for their respective structure, igloo for example, and loot them. So you can't craft these, so we have no crafting recipes. That's very interesting. So, what are the swords like? I see you have this chest here. Is that where they're at? Like, about these swords? Is it? Oh! Awesome! And I see you have the stats ready for me, I'm guessing. I believe you might know what the stats are. I'm just gonna grab all these if you don't mind. So we got a lot of cool stuff. I'm gonna put on this armor because of course we're gonna be fighting those zombies that are in my inventory. So let's see. Which sword should I use first, Raven? Because I know you have the first stats of what sword you think I should use. So let's see what you have to say. Sword stats. Actually, I'm just gonna read through all of them. Oh, does you not have all of them in there? Oh no. I may have made it too long. But she does say I have it in my background, so the first sword we're going to be using will be the first sword I see on top of the list, which I got in my background over here. I still have the thing up because she gave me the site. So we got the Arrow Slasher, a specific location, jungle temples, and village blacksmith forges. Also, by default, 100% chance the slice arrows efficiently nullifies bow users. So that's pretty much what it does. The bow slicer is right, the arrow slicer is right here, and pretty much instead of it, if like let's just say you have something shooting at you, so if I give myself a skeleton, spawn egg, and if I could grab, no I can't. Dang it! Why can't I ever grab stuff in game mode? So we're gonna grab a skeleton, and we're gonna test out to see if it actually works, because I have to see this with my own eyes. Nullifies arrows. I have to see this because literally what it says. Oh, is that why there's no arrows hitting me? Oh, so if you have the sword out, that's what it does. If you have the sword out, skeletons can't hit you at all. Oh, that's pretty neat. So if you ever have like troubles with skeletons, this is the perfect sword for ya, let's say. And it has attack speed is 1.7 and its attack damage is 6, so it's a pretty good sword. I'd say it's pretty worth it. And also has, of course, enchantability like it says. You can enchant these things. So let's see what our next sword is. That was a pretty cool one if you ask me. I like that you could not get hit by arrows if you have that sword out. Because for me, I really don't like skeletons, and arrows are always the problem for me, so that's pretty neat. So our next sword is the Disenchanting Saber. Specific location strongholds, specifically in libraries and nether fortresses. By default, 8% chance to disenchant reduces levels or removes the enchantment from enemy players' inventories, also subject to be disenchanted. So pretty much what this sword does, I can't really show it because I don't really have a zombie or anything, and I doubt my luck with enchanted zombie will go well. This sword right here will literally, if like let's just say if you're PvPing and your enemy had an enchantment, that enchantment will be gone. Like, that's pretty cool, but I do want to see how it's fighting with it, Because that's just so cool. And these swords all have like all these swords have really cool models. Like look at this one. I don't think I show you a model of this one. This is what this one looks like. There's some really cool models. They're like very awesome looking to my eyes at least. So that's a cool effect. I like that. So if you ever think about like a modded like PvP, that's gonna be really tough because you could give people's enchantments. So next one we got is the Haymaker. Specific location, dungeons, and abandoned mine shafts. By default, knock back an enemy as far away as can be. Enchanted with knockback to dramatically increase the knockback power. So that means is that this thing already has the biggest KB. I need to find which one it is. That's the Lunar Blade. The Haymaker is right here. So if you give this thing a knockback, just like that, look at that KB, dude. That is so cool. And what they said, if you give KB to a sword, it'll make it even bigger. So if I do slash enchant, if I could do slash enchant on this thing, because it's the mod item, Hateful Minecraft KB knockback 1. So let's try knockback 1. Oh my god, but that's a cool sword. I can only imagine what it'll do if you had like KB2. That's so cool. But as you guys can see, the durability isn't the best on there, as I saw. So yeah, be careful with that sword. Its durability isn't the best. So yeah, pretty much that's what that one does. But then we have the Heart Piercer next. Specific location at the jungle temples and the desert temples. By default, attacks have 30% chance to apply Heart Pierce status effect and Armor Pierce status effect. Ah, so this sword right here has its own status effect, so I can't really try it myself, sadly, because there's nothing I have for it. But apparently it'll have like a bad effect on ya, and it'll make it so you can pierce through the heart, or I think it just makes you weaker, and even armor it'll still make you weaker because it'll pierce through your armor. So I'm guessing that's what that pink effect is. I kind of wish like on this damage indicators they would show the whole status effect underneath it like the other one did. Like in 1.7, that one's a good one. So here we are going to the Lunar Edge. Lunar Edge, I don't think I showed the models of this sword. This sword is just a small sword, as you guys can see. I didn't show the model for the other one, but you guys got to see it in hand. But here's this sword's model. It's not really upside down like it shows in the picture, it just shows it that way. It's so cool looking though. So the Lunar Edge specific location is found in igloos. By default, an ability that can only be used at nighttime. Right click to use. This ability makes you invisible. Obtain lunar attunements or something like that. Attacking ends in the invisibility and lunar attunements, but supplies Shattered Hope status effect to your opponent. So what that says is that if it's slashed, I don't know how to get to like really late night. So if this sword, it feels like late night, you can right click for a special ability and it'll pretty much have that status effect, which is so cool. It sounds so cool though. But I do want to see how much it does. A really good amount of damage, but I'm guessing during nighttime it does a lot more damage considering it is indeed, as it states, the Lunar Blade, and it has some cool effects at night, but I don't know how to make it like full midnight. I don't know the whole time for that. So we're gonna go to the next one. This one's called the Shield Breaker. Specific location, desert temples, village blacksmith forges. By default has a passive ability to disable shields for a long period of time than axes. So pretty much this sword right here is much stronger than axes. This is how the sword looks. So if your opponent has a shield, it'll literally like break it faster than, you know, an axe would. Like, you know how axes break through stuff better. Well, this does it better than the axe, pretty much is what it says. But just like the others, it does a really good amount of attack damage. It has 8 attack damage on this one. This Lunar Edge blade actually has 9 attack damage. I forgot to look through the attack damage. Just 6 attack and 6 attack on that one too. And then we had 5 attack damage on the other one. So we're going to the Sword of the Great End. So that sounds like a sword you could probably only find in the end. So let's read through it. Specific location and cities, indeed. By default, each inflict opponents are subjected to interfere, a status effect, another status effect one, but I don't know what it looks like because, like I said, I don't have anybody with me to hit me with the sword, so I can have it on me. So the thing literally is called interfered, and he has it right now, as you guys can see. He has those green particles. I don't know what they do. I don't know what it does, but it's called interfered. So then we have the Sword Slicer, which sounds really awesome. Let's see what this one does. Specific location, igloos, and nether fortresses. By default, attack slices the opponent main hand or offhand. By slice, it means the damage opponent item, if ever, is damageable. If it's not a sword, the slice damage is doubled. Same as it applies to non-tools, but damageable items when slicing a non-tool. And not damageable items, it has a chance to reduce its stack count or destroy it if it reaches 0. If it's stackable or slice, it'll to pieces. So that's pretty cool, destroy it. If not. So if like your opponent ever has something in their hand, what this sword does, if it's in a stack, it'll pretty much damage it. Like, pretty much just get rid of it. So I think it means it'll get rid of an item at a time. And if you're actually carrying a weapon that is damageable, this sword right here, if you go after someone with a sword, this sword will take away all of its take away a big part of its durability. And if it's not a weapon, it will do even more durability damage by countering it. So that is so cool. So as you guys hear, whenever you hit the zombie, it'll literally make a noise. That is so cool. These are all cool swords, and then all I have to do is the potion effects. Like, this is all the armor effects that were in there. This is all the status effects that were mentioned. Pierced armor, by default, each level removes 25% armor and armor toughness to those who are inflicted with this status effect. So pretty much pierced armor will make your armor weaker than it averagely is. So heart pierce severely cripples health regeneration gain. Health gain plus regeneration is divided by 10, and by default damage, whatever the status effects are. So pretty much if you have heart pierce effect, that means you won't regen as fast as you normally do. It'll take that away from you, so pretty much you're weakened by heart pierce. That's a pretty cool effect. Interfered, for endermen unable to teleport normally can teleport when attacked with a bow or in contact with water. Players who are often afflicted with this cannot teleport using ender pearls used used ender pearl will not be refunded. So let's just say you're trying to get someone who's ender pearling. So they throw an ender pearl, you hit them with the sword, it will literally not let them teleport at all. It'll just, so that's what interfered is. So if your opponent try to use a ender pearl, it won't work. So that's pretty cool. So then we have the lunar, I actually did that. Lunar Attunements, which is the effect. Player who have this will lose their invisibility and the status effect when they attack. If they even had one attacking with this status effect, applies Shattered Hope that will inflict the opponent. So pretty much this and Shattered Hope goes together. So let's just say you have probably someone who's invisible, you hit them with this, it'll just cancel out their invisibility. So that's a really cool sword. And then Shattered Hope reduces damage output, not just melee damage, and attack speed to whoever has been status effect. So if you get hit with this and by someone, you will not swing as fast as you want, and pretty much it'll. So what it means by not melee damage, it means like attack. Let me read this. Reduces damage output, not just melee damage. So it'll reduce the amount of damage you do to somebody, is what it's trying to say. And then attack speed, it'll make your attack speed a lot slower. So that is some really cool stuff. I'm not gonna lie. This is an awesome mod Thank you to Raven, who found this awesome mod. Thank you so much for bringing me back here, because it has really been a long time. And it feels good to do an R mod showcase because I haven't done one in a while. So if you guys have enjoyed this video and you want to request a mod showcase, go ahead, go in the comments, comment down what mod you want me to look at, and I'll look at that mod and do the showcase on Friday, because Fridays and Mondays are my showcase days. And I'll see you guys in the next video or live stream. Wait, did I forget something? Oh, yeah. Don't forget to hit that like button. Also, if you guys are new, don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell before I go, because you do not want to miss content and you do not want to miss live streams. So yeah, now it's time for, if you guys have enjoyed this video, be sure to do all that stuff, of course. And I'll see you guys in the next video. See you, my fellow stars.